Basically what this part of the movie is, you know, it'll say day 2 and it'll say Henry Ford trip, and then it'll go from black to you guys saying, hey, we're on our way, we're driving down 94 West, we're gonna go check out Henry Ford Museum, and this is what we're expecting to see, this is why we're going, da-da-da-da, if you guys know anything.
It's a bright sunny day. It's quite bright.
Camera tip from Megan. It's easier when you pretend it's not there.
I loved the Henry Ford Museum, and I loved the tour that we got.
Expecting you'd see just cars, and then everything else came. I hopped out in JFK's limo that he got shot in. They had Abraham Lincoln's chair.
We were coming past a corner inside the museum where the picture of President Barack Obama was, and the new update as the first African-American president.
And I look to my right, and they have President Kennedy's assassination car.
When I first learned that the Rosa Parks bus was on there, that was like the #1 thing I wanted.
At the museum, I was able to see hands-on what I had read about.
It was unbelievable. I can't believe that they had all that stuff.
Stuff that they thought of back then that we're just now saying is innovation now is preposterous, and it's just baffling.
History is the future. You need to know what's going on now, you need to know what happened in the past to be educated and equipped to know what's going on tomorrow.
One of our early electric cars is over here.
She's kidding, it's not really an electric car.
Electric?
It's a tricycle.
Well, it had 3 wheels. Here's one that's steam engine, went 100 miles an hour at 1924.
I think it's absolutely hilarious that car companies now are doing this stuff. You know, we have electric vehicle that could go 40 miles, when Detroit Electric from like the 1900s, 1910s, that could go 100 miles on a charge. 100 miles. You can't get any car under $100,000 to do that. I really enjoyed the museum, but I would say I was definitely frustrated when leaving, in a good way.
People are trying hard. Yes, it's frustrating, but we will come out of it.
Cheap cocaine, I jumped a train, broke bread on a boxcar floor. Fell asleep, but awoke courtesy of a pissed off conductor. With a boot in my back, I left the tracks, took alcohol as my bride. Oh yeah, down on the riverbank, we wet, but still I couldn't hide from you. Don't count me out. One more time. Don't count me out. Though I'm down for the count, you cannot count me out. Then a lot of me copies took my spot and booked me for vagrancy, and took my warm whiskey wife, said she was good for him and not for me. Lord, come down and help us out. Send us an angel, help us out.
Look at this right in front of us. It looks like a war zone. Like, you would never see that in Chicago. I mean, and Chicago has its rough parts.
I think when we got there, I had heard, we had talked about it previously about what it was gonna look like, but seeing it was kind of just shocking.
The area we were in was destitute. I mean, it was just, like I said, just a wasteland almost.
It was a defining day during the trip.
I didn't even know my emotions at the time. Like, I couldn't even tell you how I felt.
Seriously, it was like we were in a movie set. Like, there was no one around. All these factories, buildings were abandoned. And it was a very surreal feeling. I felt like we could just like freeze the frame and I really wanted to just kind of like, I mean, the world seemed like it was a whole other world.
It was just so incredible, not in the good sense incredible, but just eye-opening and enlightening. And
it was pretty much shocking. Like others have said, it looked like a natural disaster had just gone through the area.
It looks just like New Orleans.
No houses, burnt houses, no cars, no people, no mass transit, no nothing.
Everything was abandoned. Buildings were just dilapidated.
Yes, it's happening in Detroit and it's trickling down to all of Michigan, but to me, it could happen anywhere. And it is happening everywhere. And I think that's important for people to know and to realize that this could happen to you.
We went to the soup kitchen, and I worked the area where the people come and they get their cart of food for the family.
I was assigned with 2 others to bag bread and to make food boxes for families.
It was like a store. Like, the people came in and like got clothes and shocked for their own stuff and tried stuff on.
And we talked to this great guy, and he just gave us a background on the Cappuccino Soup Kitchen, and he showed us a video. And as I was watching, I started having tears well up. I think it was because I felt just such a connection to what the organization does, finally putting faces to the struggle. He said something, we're more concerned with our title than we are our name. It was great to hear him talk as a college student, because I'm struggling with what should I major in, what should I do with my life, how do I spend my time, and I'm not really focusing on how to be a better person and what really matters. I think I've become a bit lost in that respect. And hearing him talk, I think I'm going to come back from the trip change thanks to Roy Rogers.
Kwame River. Tonight's show is at 8 p.m. $15. Should be exciting. It's about Detroit's mayor.
Hip-hop mayor.
Hip-hop mayor who is in jail or went to jail. I'm not really sure. Hopefully we'll find out tonight. They can try to just sell Detroit to Canada.
I really enjoyed it, and I think it brought to life a lot of the things we've been talking about, and it was definitely eye-opening to me to see how things actually happen instead of just hearing about it. Like, this kind of gave you a visual aid as to what happened and why it happened and how it happened, and I thought it was really cool.
The level of corruption, I never realized that this guy actually was so public about his affair and just his trying to sell the tunnel to Canada, and it's just like weird ideas.
I just really didn't think it was funny, only because bad government is never funny.
I think I drew more from Angelic's response to the whole situation than I did from the actual play. It was very funny, and now that I look back on it, I agree with her. You know, maybe it's not the best place to laugh when this stuff actually happened.
It wasn't what I expected. I thought it was going to be, you know, the whose line is it anyway, improv style thing, but they were really talented. I was really surprised, so I enjoyed it, and I think that it's great that, you know, residents of the Detroit area were able to come together and laugh at this major, this major kind of embarrassment. But like I said, they can come together and they laugh about it, and it brings people together to hopefully change the city. So overall, I thought it was really well done.
At the end, when they all came together and sang about hope for Detroit, it really just put a perspective on it that even though all this bad has happened, good can come out of it and people can change, and there is hope for a better future.